What does tacky roadside architecture tell us about the relationship between form and function? In Robert Venturi and Denise Brown's 1972 book, Learning from Las Vegas, they highlight two contrasting approaches to architecture: ducks and decorated sheds. A duck is a form-first approach, in which the spaces and functions of the building are distorted by its unconventional shape. Ducks can be teapots, baskets, shoes, people, or, well, ducks. This is also known as mimetic architecture. The building takes on the shape of its function. A decorated shed, on the other hand, is what Venturi and Brown call the ugly and ordinary. The function of the building comes first, with a decoration added second to display the building's function. A decorated shed is a pedestal for signs to be placed upon, whereas a duck is a building that has become the sign itself. Now, this is a really pertinent topic to Minecraft because I feel like it's the way most people build. Either, sort of taking the sort of build as a sculpture and having the function come later, or sculpting around a function to create, your own sort of Minecraft ducks, or building with function first and then decorating over top of it, having the decoration come second to the actual needs that you have. And so a lot of what people do in Minecraft ends up falling into a duck or a decorated shed. So, show off my duck real quick. Just smooth quartz, a little bit of black concrete and acacia. But you can see here, I've set it up as a shop. Welcome to the duck, that we sell egg. But you can see that the function of the shop, selling poultry products, is represented by the form that it finds itself in. But we sort of have to squeeze the function into the form that we've already given ourselves. And just a side note, people have been asking how to make these sorts of signs. Essentially what you do is you copy and paste the large black square emoji and then use that and spaces to sort of arrange these shapes on the sign, and then you can dye it whatever color you want. Tangent aside, this is the decorated shed, on the other hand, where, without the sort of signage, this is a rectangle. But the function of the build comes first, and so we've got Burton here working his heart out behind the counter, and, we've sort of built around this function. So one tip that's really helpful is to just plot out what you need in a build, either if you're building a farm and you want to, build around it, or if you're doing a sort of, fictional restaurant or whatever. Plot out how much space you're going to need, lay that out, and then you can design a more ornate approach, or you can just go with the decorated shed. Put it all in the box, tables, chairs, countertop, and then, you just decorate the front. And it might not be the most spectacular approach, but it is regular, and it is what a lot of people, do in real life, because not everything is going to be a work of art. Sometimes you just need the boring and the ordinary, as Venturi and Brown said. One other example I've made, trying to, create an example of each with the same function. So here we have two ice cream stands. We've got our decorated shed here on the left and our duck on the right. And you can see here for our decorated shed, we are replicating the shape of, the sort of function of the building. The actual building itself does not take the shape of its function. This is just a very ornate sign that's been put on top of a building. And just because something is described as a shed doesn't mean it has to be, just a box. But the building itself is somewhat ordinary, and then the decoration is what tells us what exactly the building is. You can see here, used bamboo mosaic for a sort of waffle cone look. Again, there's a website that I will link in the description that does a really great job of creating banners with letter patterns on them. It'll either give you the instructions, or if you're in creative mode, you can just copy and paste the command and then get letter banners in any sort of color. Alright, and then on the other hand here, our duck in this example, we've made sort of this big sort of sundae cup We've got swirls of dark oak planks looking like chocolate, then a nice cherry on top, about a mangrove. And, the thing that differentiates these two, obviously, is that this one takes on the exact form of its function, whereas this one is just, displaying that shape in a sign. This one has become the sign itself. We don't need any letters. We can infer from the shape of the building that this is a place that would serve ice cream. So this is the Minecraft server I had with my friends when I was in 8th grade. It's our shopping district. You can see, without any sort of, knowledge of Robert Venturi or architecture as a whole, we were making ducks and decorated sheds. And so some are very obviously, like this is obviously a fireworks shop, very clear duck, where the, form is fit inside this, flying rocket here, which kind of makes shopping a little bit difficult. You see function coming second. Whereas some of these are very clearly more decorated sheds. So we've got this spleef arena here with the shovel just sort of decorated on top. Another example of some ducks here, potion shop, enchanting table. This one is a little bit more, separate from its, function, just a little bit. Giant dirt castle, obviously sells dirt. And then there are some things that really aren't either a duck or a decorated shed. It's kind of like a two-step removed duck in the essence that we're selling furniture and we're representing a furniture store rather than the furniture itself. But, the essence of the building is sort of representing something that has kind of become a symbol. Here we've got these are kind of what I would argue as more of a decorated shed, in the sense that we've just got barrels in front of some sort of decoration here. Let me give you another example. This sort of totem shop, the actual shop itself doesn't have anything to do with this sort of decoration. It's just barrels out front. And so while there isn't really any sort of structure here, we don't really have the need for the structure in the game, because obviously in the real world, like, architecture serves to sort of enclose space and, protect people from the elements, whereas in a game like this, obviously we're not going to be harmed by the rain or, be upset if we're wet. And so the function of a Minecraft shop is just to have the items in a place. And so the decorated shed really just becomes the decorated chest. You can have storage and then a thing telling you what the storage is. But as you can see here, signs are very, very prevalent everywhere. Whether it's like a sign telling you what sort of shop it is, a sign giving you, a sort of idea, or Bumbo here. I think the most endearing part of it all is that, we really weren't trying to create any sort of memorable architectural statement. We're just building, buildings, building objects to sort of explain what the things are. It's just a very, human, very almost innate sort of way to design a shop or design a space, especially in a game with such creative freedom here, because there are no laws of gravity holding things down. There's no sort of structure and load component that you have to worry about. And so we can kind of let creativity, run rampant. The only thing limiting the shape is your own ability to build it. And honestly, what's beautiful about a duck is just that, you have the reference right in front of you. You don't need to know how to design a shop. You can just sort of recreate the thing that you're selling. Recreate whatever you're trying to, explain is the function of the building. It's, it's just a very sort of easy way to get into the sort of representative nature that architecture can have. as Venturi and Scott Brown put it, like, there is some importance to the buildings that are just ugly and ordinary. It's what makes up, the bulk of our day-to-day experience. And, understanding them and having an appreciation for them can really make everything sort of a beautiful piece of architecture. That'll do it for this video, guys. Classes start tomorrow, maybe today, depending on when this gets out to you. If you enjoyed the video, you want to see more, please like and subscribe. I will definitely be posting videos about the new year in the architecture studio, so if you're looking forward to that, be posted, because they will be coming very, very, very soon. That'll do it, guys. Thank you.